broadcast only in Japanese, which we had never seen. After publishing the Yamato dynasty, which briefly mentioned the discovery that is the basis for gold warriors, our phones and email were tapped. We know this because when one of us was in a European clinic briefly for a medical procedure, the head nurse reported that someone posing as your American doctor had been on the phone asking questions. When a brief extract of this book was published in the South China Morning Post in August 2001, several phone calls from the editors were cut off suddenly. Emails from the newspaper took 72 hours to reach us, while copies sent to an associate nearby arrived instantly. In recent months, we began to receive veiled death threats. What have we done to provoke murder? To borrow a phrase from Jean Ziegler, we are combating official amnesia. We live in dangerous times, like Germany in the 1930s, when anyone who makes inconvenient disclosures about hidden assets can be branded a terrorist or a traitor. A few months ago, 3 ex-ambassadors to Japan declared that former American POWs and civilian slave laborers suing giant Japanese corporations for compensation were tantamount to terrorists. Now a CIA official says that leaks of classified information must be stopped, even if it is necessary to send SWAT teams into journalists' homes. Everybody's national security is a serious matter. We have no argument with that. But national security can be invoked to hide official corruption and conflict of interest. It's called tyranny. The only cure is openness and sunlight. In this book, we do not question whether President Truman did the right thing in keeping these war gold recoveries secret. That is for others to debate. What we point out is that total secrecy enabled corrupt people to abuse the resulting slush funds, and these abuses have multiplied like a cancer ever since. A global network of corruption has grown around the slush funds. Bureaucrats, politicians, spooks, and generals have become addicted to black money. There are indications that a lot of this war gold has been siphoned off by America's far right under the guise of patriotism. The unintended consequences of Truman's decision have become a poisonous part of the world financial system, putting innocent people at hazard. Those people and institutions benefiting from this corruption will do everything possible to hide it, including murder. The only way to get rid of an illness is first to recognize what it is. But when the emperor goes crazy from syphilis of the brain, the first person to be tortured and burned at the stake is the doctor who made the diagnosis, slaying the messenger. Despite the best efforts of the American and Japanese governments to destroy, withhold, or lose documentation related to Golden Lily, we have accumulated thousands of documents, conducted thousands of hours of interviews, and we make all of these available on 2 compact discs, available from our website, bowstring.net, so they can make up their own minds. We encourage others with knowledge of these events to come forward. When the top is corrupt, the truth will not come from the top. It will emerge in bits and pieces from people like Jean Ziegler and Christoph Miley, who decided they had to do something. As a precaution, should anything odd happen, we have arranged for this book and all its documentation to be put up on the Internet at a number of sites. If we are murdered, listeners will have no difficulty figuring out who they are. Money is the sinew of war. Cicero. The first casualty when war comes is truth. Senator Hiram Johnson, 1918. The study of money, above all other fields in economics, is one in which complexity is used to disguise truth or to evade truth, not to reveal it. John Kenneth Galbraith. Prologue.